Hello and welcome to another video on the Adam Talks YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing another review. We're going to be looking at these TWS i12 wireless Bluetooth earphones. They're very much supposed to look like AirPods. You can get them for less than £7 from AliExpress. They're a bit more expensive on eBay and Amazon. I will leave some links in the description, certainly to AliExpress. Probably not to eBay or Amazon. I'll only do that if I feel like it's a good deal. Obviously, getting something from AliExpress is going to take a lot longer to come, but these really aren't that good. Initially they seem amazing and the sound quality is good, but as time goes on you start to see the differences, so we're going to jump right into that. So here we can see the AirPod case. It actually charges with the Apple pinhead. You can open it. It looks like really decent from when you first see it. I mean, this button is just so you hold it to charge a device inside. But yeah, it's really cheap and flimsy. I mean, that's just plastic there, but like really bad quality plastic. When we open the case up, you pull them out. They do look really good. They light up when they connect, and it will say it's connected. Does all the things you'd expect when you first get them. So the sound quality is really good for something that's like £6 delivered from China. Sound quality is amazing. Also, I mean, the features that it has, so obviously it charges within the case. When you put them in and you want to pause the music, you just tap them. That becomes a bit of a double-edged sword though, because if you tap them and you don't mean to, your music is paused, and sometimes it can take a lot of faffing and tapping to get it to play again. But yeah, I mean, they're comfortable. The build quality, it's acceptable to a point. If you look at it there, they look pretty solid. But then, I dropped this one day, or maybe it was the other one. We'll have a look. I think it was the other one. Dropped it one day, not from too much of a height, and the actual earphone connector, the connector from like the base to the actual thing that goes in your ear has broken. If we look inside, that's pretty standard. Just some metal housing and some wires, and it does clip back in, but that is flimsy now. You don't need to do a lot. Like, that is back in. You really don't need to do a lot for it to come off again. Now this one, I'm not really too fussed if they break, because they're not the most durable things. But there we go, look, and I haven't had the experience of using actual AirPods, but I can't imagine that they come apart this easily. Some of the other drawbacks of these then, so effectively when you're listening to something and one goes out of range, so how I've tested this is, just sort of, you've got them both in your ear and sort of just isolated, so I put my arm around my ear next to a surface, isolated one of the earphones, it struggles to find the Bluetooth signal, and then it disconnects. So you then take your arm away and it reconnects. So you've got one that's playing a few seconds faster than this one, and it never ends up catching up. So you have to turn them off before you can actually start using them again, which of course you've got to turn them off, turn them on. It's a lot of messing around. As I said as well, I mean, the sound quality is really good. I've got no complaints about that, but I just fear as time goes on with how flimsy they are, once you actually manage to pop these off, that's going to degrade over time if these keep coming off, which hasn't happened so far, but I mean, that just isn't very good. Also the charging, so the case, you do hold down this button here, and normally you'll see some lights where it says it's charging. It doesn't always charge, so I've kind of had the best success by actually plugging it in. I'll have the earphones in and I'll put the charging on, and I go back later and they're still on minimal battery, so that's not very good at all. As I mentioned earlier, you tap them to pause it, tap them to come back on, but sometimes it doesn't come back on very easily, and they're very sensitive. You do that and you've lost your sound if you do it accidentally. If you hold on to them when they're in your ears, that turns them off, which is pretty good. You can use them both separately, so You can like, just connect one to your phone, connect another to another phone. You don't have to have them both going at the same time. But yeah, I mean that is really the summary. If I was to have to rate them out of 5, considering they only cost £6, I'd have to give them, probably a 3, like mid sort of range. Maybe even a 4 considering the price. But if you're there, looking at these, especially you can see some listings on eBay and Amazon. It's not always obvious that they are the TWS i12. Sometimes it will just say, Bluetooth 5.0 wireless headphones, sort of compatible with iPhone, and they really kind of sell it as almost as if it is like an AirPod, like a real AirPod, when obviously it's not. And whilst they're not lying, it's kind of almost like, oh, look at this great alternative, and they'll sell them for like £30 or whatever. If I spent £30 on these, I would be wanting to send them back. I did get these for free because I paid £18 from Amazon without really knowing like the brand or anything like that at the time. Turns out that the listing was a bit of a scam in the sense that these are official TWS i12s, but the listing had all fake reviews and then got taken down. So I asked Amazon for my money back, and they obliged with that. So I got them for free. I use them regularly. As far as a free pair of headphones, or if I had to pay £6 for them, they're pretty good. But I have made a video on that, which I'll put in the description below. But yeah, actually, one thing that I hadn't covered. The connectivity. So if you've got these in your ears and you've left your device, whether it be your phone or a tablet, in another room, connectivity on these is really good. I mean, it does say Bluetooth 5.0, and I do think that that's correct. So I can be in this room, which is the kitchen. I can go upstairs and I can still have sound. It doesn't go much further than that, but for some £6 earphones, they are good. So as I said, I'm going to leave the link to the AliExpress listing for sure in the description. Certainly are worth getting for £6, but what I would say is just don't expect too much. Expect them to be a £6 with free shipping product from China, and you won't be disappointed. So yeah, that's the end of the video. If you could subscribe to the channel for more stuff like this. If you just look in, I'll leave some in my description, but if you just look on my channel, I've got other videos reviewing wireless headphones and other such technology. If you could give the video a like and comment, that would also be awesome, and I will see you in another video.